EELISA Alliance Statement on Gender Equality. As stated in the Governing Board Declaration last April 2021, the European Engineering, Learning, Innovation and Science Alliance, EELISA, was set up to promote an educational model for European engineers and architects that combines both technical competence and societal impact. EELISA is also committed to strengthening the foundation of a European society based on cooperation and sustainability. EELISA and its partner institutions would like to recall statements made a year ago and emphasize their commitment to the shared values of democracy, diversity, inclusion and gender equality as the conditio sine qua non to achieve the aforementioned aims, as well as to build a new European education and research area.
Gender equality contributes to the integrity and societal responsibility of research, leveraging scientific and technological quality to higher standards, namely through the gender dimension in research and innovation. As pilot flagship projects, European University Alliance should set the example and pave the way for institutional transformations, including strengthening human capital, enabling balanced brain circulation, and gender balance. Towards this aim, individually committed to gender equality, EELISA partners have also put gender equality at the core of the work of the Alliance. This is true since the inception of our Alliance, whose very acronym EELISA pays tribute to Eliza Zamfirescu, one of the very first women to obtain an engineering degree in the world.
In this context, the EELISA Alliance and its partners institutions welcome the 2021 Ljubljana Declaration on Gender Equality in Research and Innovation, the Trio Presidency Declaration on Gender Equality, France, the Czech Republic and Sweden 2022-2023, as well as the gender dimension in the Council conclusions of the future governance of the European research area.
Recognize that there are still persistent gender gaps in higher education, as well as in research and innovation, and in the labor market. While at bachelor and master levels, women outnumber men as students and graduates, and while there is almost gender balance at the doctoral level, there are large gender differences across fields of study. In the STEM fields, women still represent slightly less than a third of students at bachelor and master levels and 37% of doctoral candidates.
Only 33% of Europe's researchers are women, all fields, and they remain underrepresented at the highest level of academia, with only 26% of full professorship positions held by women. 3. Recognize the negative economic impact of the gender employment gap. In fact, as highlighted in the OECD's data on gender equality, the economic loss due to the gender employment gap amounts to €370 billion per year. Acting on this is both a social and an economic imperative. Improving gender equality could lead to an increase in GDP of up to €3.15 trillion by 2050. 4. Acknowledge that, according to the preliminary figures gathered for the production of the EELISA InnoCore Gender Equality Plan, and as declared by EELISA partners, similar imbalances seem to exist at some partner institutions, women still being underrepresented in specific academic and scientific fields, as well as at the highest level of the hierarchy. 5. Fully support the need to ensure fair, open, inclusive, and gender equal pay and career paths in higher education and research.
In order to address and correct existing inequalities, EELISA and its partner institutions commit to implement adjusting measures to raise awareness and to promote mutual learning. Particularly, EELISA partners recognize the importance of gender equality plans as instruments for addressing and monitoring this issue. Almost all EELISA partners have a gender equality plan in place. Our European University is working under EELISA InnoCore on a scheme including a common set of gender equality indicators. EELISA partners will also gather and track gender disaggregated data that will allow monitoring and evaluating the situation at the Alliance level.
We underscore the importance of promoting new role models and raising awareness about existing gender imbalances in the areas of teaching, research, and innovation. The Roundtable, Women Who Make Science Happen, on the 11th of February 2022, the International Day of Women and Girls in Science, kick-started EELISA activities in this respect. Peer learning being a cornerstone of creating an alliance, EELISA aims to develop and support stakeholders to share a common vision on equality and will facilitate the exchange of experiences among its partners.
EELISA commits to guarantee as far as possible gender balance regarding the composition of evaluation committees and to implement measures in accordance with a hiring process that is free of gender bias. To seek gender balance in the composition of panels and invited speakers when planning conferences, webinars, lectures, or events. To use gender-sensitive language, avoiding sexist language, gender discriminatory language, or gender-biased language.
To put these commitments into practice, EELISA is going to set up and implement several actions and instruments, including guidelines for the organization of EELISA events, conferences, etc. that consider gender issues, use of gender-sensitive language, invitation of male and female speakers, a workshop on the gender equality plans of the Alliance members in order to set in motion and simplify exchange and mutual learning,
an inclusiveness forum in order to provide a platform to share best practices on gender balance, a massive open online course on women leaders in engineering, communication campaigns that highlight the impact and commitment of women in science generally, and more particularly within the EELISA Alliance.
EELISA and its partners will work together closely to support the advancement of gender equality, which means working towards building the European education area and the European research area, and towards a strong, democratic, inclusive, diverse, and sustainable society.